Ethiopia is also looking to further tap into China's experience and continue growing its economy in different sectors. CGTN's Coletta Wanjohi spoke to Gedion Jalata, the Chief Executive Officer of the Center for Excellence International Consult based in Ethiopia. Gedion has done extensive research on Sino-Africa relations since FOCAC began and written extensively on it.
In a very recent time, after 1995, after the President of China visited Ethiopia, which was also reciprocated by the then late Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Meles Zenawi, the partnership between Ethiopia and China have been significantly increased.
So what would you term as some of the benefits that Ethiopia has got from its cooperation with China over time? 60%
of Chinese FDI in Ethiopia is toward the manufacturing industry. And not only that, there was also enhanced, scholarship opportunities extended to Ethiopian government officials as well as, to the youth in Ethiopia. So we have witnessed enhanced trade relationship, political partnership between Ethiopia and China, as well as, infrastructure development, especially in terms of roads. Around 80 to 90% of the roads in Addis Ababa is supported by China, as well as the light railway between, in Addis Ababa, which is the first of its kind in sub-Saharan African countries. South Africa is contributed by China. Not only that, the railway between Addis Ababa and Djibouti is supported by China. That has contributed a lot since Ethiopia is a landlocked country. It used to take like 6 to 7 days to bring goods by trucks from the port of Djibouti. But now it takes only like a day to bring. So that has contributed a lot. Not only this, China has also agreed to support a railway university, which is the first of its kind again in Africa, to build in Addis Ababa. So not only this, China has also built the African, the African Union new facility. So, the footprint of China is a lot in economic development of Ethiopia.
Moving forward, what more could Ethiopia seek from this same cooperation?
Ethiopia is just emulating the Chinese economic development model in this regard in terms of technology transfer, in terms of building industrial parks, as well as learning on even on infrastructure development. Still, the infrastructure, though the government has done a lot, still it is not enough. The country is very large, so the government would like to invest more on infrastructure, rails, roads, and also even other infrastructure. So in that regard, the Chinese are expected to share their experience, mainly on industrialization. And Ethiopia has also recently discovered oil and other precious metals. So the Chinese companies are expected to come and invest in terms of, connecting different infrastructures with port country towards Djibouti. Now the Ethiopian government has normalized its relationship with Eritrea, and her support is 60 kilometers from Ethiopia. So in such regard, I think on infrastructure development, on energy generation, indeed, China has been doing a lot in terms of energy generation in Ethiopia, but still can contribute a lot.
When Africa meets China in the China-Africa Forum for Cooperation, what should be our priorities as a continent?
Now in the world, you will see magnificent buildings. Architects are now in China. So Africa must tap this opportunity from China. So African countries are expected to go beyond, the bilateral engagement with China. They have to engage China at the continental level as well as at REX level. At continental level, for example, we have agreed framework. If you see agriculture, we have CADIT. If we see industrialization, we have IDA. If you see infrastructure, we have PIDA at the African Union level. So African countries must engage China. There are, as part of Agenda 2063, there are flagship projects at the African Union level. There is a 10-year plan. In light with also SDG and Agenda 2063, countries do have their own national development goals and the priorities. So African countries are expected to engage China beyond the bilateral, the traditional engagement, and engage China, along these priorities, which could benefit, the sub-regional groupings as well as the continent. And this opportunity is coming from China now. So Santa won't come every time. When it comes, you have to make the most.